On that note, how are you guys feeling watching America slip into fascism? You guys okay? Is anyone in here voting for Trump? It's a free country. It won't be. It won't be if he wins. Remember when it was funny? Remember when Donald Trump was funny? Just saying his name was a punchline? All the tweets, all the jokes, comparing him to Hitler, like, Donald Trump's got nothing on Hitler. Donald Trump's nothing like Hitler. What's Trump ever done to support female directors? And then we started to see that he's kind of like Hitler. People are saluting him like Hitler. He's tweeting out anti-Semitic propaganda like Hitler. The only difference is that, like, Hitler served in his military. Nice. Best heckle ever. The scariest thing about Trump isn't that he might win. It's that in a way he already has. He has shifted us so far to crazy. He's exposed a vulnerability in our nation that hasn't been exposed since 9/11. Call back. He has exposed a vulnerability in our nation that we haven't seen since 9/11. I'm not comparing him to bin Laden. Well, when you think about it, both did use their daddy's money to fuck up New York's skyline. I don't want to talk about Trump too much because he's a narcissist, and I think the best way to defeat a narcissist is to just ignore them. If New York dating has taught me anything, that's just like women groaning. Ah. I think the best way to get rid of a narcissist is to just ignore them. But I will say this. If any of you, or anybody watching on CISO, if any of you are planning to vote for Donald Trump, when you step into that booth on November 9th, when you step into that booth on Wednesday, November 9th, write that down. Trump supporters, Wednesday, November 9th, when you step into that booth, just think, do you really want somebody so impulsive to have the nuclear codes? Because if he has them, we all will. They'll just be TRUMP. And look, I don't blame Trump. Narcissism is a medical disorder. I don't blame him. I blame the media for using him as clickbait. I blame us for not taking him seriously. I blame the GOP, Paul Ryan, Marco Rubio, Satan. By Satan, I just mean Ted Cruz, but I'm afraid to say his name 3 times. Because he might appear. I'm afraid to say Ted Cruz's name 3 times because he might show up. And we're at capacity. Ted Cruz hasn't gone away. He just dropped out to prepare for 2020. Like, he'll be back. They always are. He'll show up when you least expect it, like in the shower. But part of me is like, should I not be joking about Cruz? Because when we joke about them, we normalize them, and we push them into the mainstream, and then they corrupt the mainstream. So it's like, should we not be joking about Cruz? Should we not be calling him the Zodiac Killer? That's a person you're talking about. Don't compare him to Ted Cruz. I would vote for the Zodiac Killer over Ted Cruz. Because he's never tried to shut down the government. Like, the worst thing about Ted Cruz is that now, I never thought I'd say this, but he is more likable than Trump. I don't know how that happened, but I look at Ted Cruz and I'm like, that guy stands for something. That guy's principled. Sure, his principles are hastening the apocalypse so he can get back home to hell. But at least it's something. Trump is way scarier than Cruz because we like Trump. Trump is a reflection of what we value. In 2016, Cruz doesn't have one, but Cruz doesn't have a reflection. But